Well. Hey, wherever you may be, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank you for tuning in to the Locker Talk Podcast, where you'll find out about NFL starts tomorrow today. I'm your host, Barry Barnes, founder and CEO of Locker-Report.com. And you guys, go to the site. You're already familiar with the site. Go to this site where you'll see some exclusive content on the NFL that you will not see anywhere. Go to all my social handles on Twitter at Locker_Report. On Instagram, Lock Report 100, all small caps. On Facebook, LockReport.com, and also the Locker Talk Podcast that's on Facebook. But you guys should already know what to do right now, correct? No? You still confused? You haven't subscribed yet? What's taking you so long? You better listen to what this guy just said. Yes. Just go ahead and do it. Subscribe. Go to YouTube right now and subscribe to this great channel where you see some good NFL content that you will not see anywhere else. Folks, here we go. Super Wildcard Weekend was fantastic. It lived up to the billing of that word super, because that's what it exactly was to open up the playoffs for the NFL for the NFL season, postseason that is. Now, we talked about going to Super Wildcard Weekend in terms of the NFL Regional Combine players, what to look out for, who to look out for. And I said that he definitely had to really expand on how special teams, that these guys are going to really show out on special teams. With no further delay, we'll get right into it. Everything lived up to the billing for the players from the NFL Regional Combine, how they was able to contribute to their teams on special teams. It's solid. Here we go. Now, Tyrod Johnson, wide receiver for the Las Vegas Raiders, signed with the Raiders later in the season after starting the season off as a member of the Jacksonville Jaguars. So he signed with the Las Vegas Raiders, came in, did not catch a pass as a wide receiver, but he did contribute on special teams as a kickoff returner in this matchup, knowing that he made a big play in the finale against his former team, the Los Angeles Chargers, with expecting some good returns in this matchup. And he did have a good return against the Cincinnati Bengals. And his stats, he actually had 3 kickoffs that totaled 73 yards, averaged 24.3 yards per return. But he had this big return right here for over 30 yards in this matchup that actually helped the Raiders to be able to make some plays down the field and made this game very, very competitive and tight. But we know that the Raiders did fall short late in the game, so they did not advance. The Bengals did, and we have Tyrod Johnson, who came in strong to help get the Raiders to the playoffs and almost came really close and get them to the divisional round. Good season, Tyrod Johnson. Looking forward to seeing what he's going to do next season. Another player, the Dallas Cowboys. Yes, we know that season came to an end against the San Francisco 49ers. However, the Regional Combine pioneers in this game did show out and contribute the best way they was possibly could. Now, Greg Zuerlein, we know that he's one of the best kickers in the NFL. He did show up, did not have no mistakes. He made all his extra points, but he also nailed this big 51-yard field goal in this game in the second half, in the third quarter, when the Cowboys were starting to make a run. However, when the Cowboys looked like they was almost dead to the water, special teams, folks, special teams lived up to the billing. And on this special teams play right here, that we see that the punter for the Dallas Cowboys received the ball on 3rd and 4th with 14 minutes left in the fourth quarter when the Cowboys was down 23-7. He fielded the punt, and then he quickly looked to his right and threw the ball to cornerback C.J. Godwin. Yes, C.J. Godwin, one of the pioneers of the NFL Regional Combine, how he was able to catch this pass for 16 yards. 16 yards that gave the Cowboys life. And you see the sideline going crazy. Gave them some life, and then that's where you started to see the comeback for the Cowboys in this matchup started to truly begin. Based off of this special teams play, C.J. Godwin catching a 16-yard pass on a fake punt, which got the Cowboys motor running. So when we look at this game, we look at how the pioneer from the NFL Regional Combine really got things rolling for them. Season had ended, solid season, special teams for both players, Zuerlein and Godwin. Looking forward to what those guys are going to do in 2022. All right, here we go. Some more good nuggets from the platform during Super Wildcard Weekend. Now, the Chiefs, Mike Dana, linebacker, or I would say defensive end, Mike Dana, he was able to come in and show out late in the game to the best of his ability. Didn't really get out there. I mean, he was out there for a number of plays, but he really took more snaps in the fourth quarter. And we see here he had an opportunity to get his hands on Big Ben Roethlisberger as he blew him up on this particular play here. Ben got rid of the ball. However, Mike stayed with it. A couple of plays later, here we go, Mike Dana. Bam, taking down the legendary quarterback Ben Roethlisberger, which is presumably being his last and final game of his NFL career. We know great things are going to head for him. I hope he started walking towards Canton, because that's where he's going at. But before he went to Canton, he had to go to the ground by Mike Dana. Regional Combine lister coming through the process in 2020. Did not have the workouts, but however, he was on the listing. That's why he's an NFL Regional Combine lister, and he did his thing in this matchup. Looking forward to seeing what he's going to do as the Chiefs had advanced to the divisional round. But out of all the Regional Combine players, like I said, special teams was the answer. Out of all the players, the one that was the most effective was a punter, Johnny Hekker, for the Los Angeles Rams. In this matchup, we already know how the Rams came out and dominated in this game. But the person that had the real domination as well as that defense, solely by the hand, by the foot of Johnny Hekker. Now, let me tell you, Johnny Hekker, he had 5 punts in this game. The total of punts equal to 198 yards. And all 5 of his punts landed inside the 20-yard line. So every time you saw the Cardinals on the field, when they took the field, however, they was always deep. They was always in the back towards the end zone. It's because they were pinned there by Johnny Hekker. Johnny helped the Rams to be able to win the field of battle, help them win the battle of field positioning in this game, and made it really difficult for the Cardinals to be comfortable on the field by starting them deep in their own territory. So all the credit in this matchup have to go to Johnny Hekker of how he was able to pin the Cardinals in this matchup, made it very hard for the offense to hear, but made it really easy for the defense to attack. So Johnny Hekker definitely did his job in this matchup. Now, all right, folks, here we go. The divisional round of the NFL. And then you guys are excited. I hope y'all guys excited. Are you excited? Yeah, it looked like you are excited. I can see by your facial expression that you're definitely excited. And we're going to jump right into what we expect from the NFL Regional Combine platform as these guys really go out there and kick some butt for their teams to help get to the next level, get to that title game. And we're going to start in Tennessee with the Tennessee Titans wide receiver, Nick Westbrook-Ikhine. Nick Westbrook-Ikhine had himself a fantastic season this year. Check it out. 7 starts, targeted 57 times. Caught 38 passes for 476 yards and averaged 12.5 yards per catch. He also hauled in 4 touchdowns this current season, but his biggest impression was what he was able to do on third downs. On third downs, check this out. On third downs, Nick, out of the 476 yards, 194 of those yards came on third down situations, and off of 14 catches, he converted 11 of those into first downs. That is a major contribution when times like this play right here, when you're seeing that Ryan Tannehill, like he was in trouble, like he was going down, and next thing you know, corner of his eye, Nick Westbrook-Ikhine was there, converted this big time third down play for this matchup. This is what Nick has done. This is what I'm looking forward to seeing Nick do against the Cincinnati Bengals when they host the divisional round. Can and will he continue on making those big plays, knowing that he is a factor along with Brown and Julio Jones, that he is a player that Tannehill has built up confidence and trust in. So I'm looking forward to seeing. And you guys, look out for number 15, Nick Westbrook-Ikhine, how he will make some big plays in this divisional round. And then we go to the Kansas City Chiefs. Yes, they welcome in, and they going to welcome in the Buffalo Bills. Yes, the Buffalo Bills handled them a bad loss early in the season, but both teams are different. The Chiefs are playing a lot better. Let's see if Mike Dana, how he was able to put his hands on Big Ben Roethlisberger. Will he be able to get his hands on Josh Allen? He's a hybrid defensive player. Can play the linebacker, can play the edge. When he get his opportunity to get on the field, can he make those big stops? I have the confidence that he will. Definitely watch out for it. And then also, Johnny Hekker. what he did against the Arizona Cardinals. They're going to need him again. They're going against the reigning Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Make things difficult for that offense by pinning them back. Can he do that? Now, granted, they on the road. The fans not going to be as loud in the ear of the great Tom Brady, but they can still help their defense in the battle of field positioning, which is going to be key in this matchup. And they have a weapon in the Rams, and Johnny Heckler to help them with that. So guys, make sure you watch the punter in this matchup. Folks, that's it. Thank you for locking in to Locker Talk Podcast. Come back next week. We're going to talk about what happened in the divisional rounds and see what NFL regional combine players is still going to be around to help these guys get to the biggest goal of it all, to the Super Bowl. I'm your host, Barry Bonds, founder and CEO of Locker-Sport.com. You guys can follow me on all my social handles, on Twitter at Locker_Report, on Instagram, LockReport100, all small caps, on Facebook, LockReport.com, and also you guys can follow me on Facebook at Locker Talk Podcast. And of course,
do it.
I shouldn't have to keep asking. Just go ahead and do it like the man said while he was almost dying on the ground. Subscribe. Go to YouTube right now. Subscribe to Locker Talk Podcast. We can check this show out. Get those notifications. And that way you know you're getting some legitimate, different content on the NFL that you will not see anywhere else. Everyone stay blessed. Let's go. That ball in my hand. I'm ready. Let's get it.